stop you and completely shut you down.
Smack, runner, you're nothing but lies. Smack, runner, with weak alibis. Smack, runner, your game is through. Smack, runner, I'm talking to you.
Like the garbage that gets sent to the dump. You and your whole crew are nothing more than some chumps. It's time to take you out and kick you straight to the curb. My mission is to silence you and keep the game pure.
Smack, runner, you're nothing but lies. Smack, runner, with weak alibis. Smack, runner, your game is through. Smack, runner, I'm talking to you.
Your skills are weak and incomplete, it's really a joke to think you can get over me without getting smoked. It's time to shut you down and expose your game. My mission is to take you down and level the playing.
Smack, runner, you're nothing but lies. Smack, runner, with weak alibis. Smack, runner, your game is through. Smack, runner, I'm talking to you.
Inconsistencies will always keep you on the run. Your cowardice and greed will always take away your fun. Yeah, I ain't backing down, so you should know this fact. My mission is to stop you and erase.
Places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Keep that frequency clear. And now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute. That powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
You're watching The Truth is Viral, the only news program on the internet trusted to deliver the truth since 2008. And now, here's your host, Mr. Bobby Powell.
Yeah, gotta remember to turn on that doggone microphone. Welcome back to The Truth is Viral, my friends. You know me, Bobby P. It's my birthday, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. I could have taken my birthday off, but see, I made a promise to somebody, and I like to keep my promises. It's not really a hard thing to do. See, I promised Pete Santilli and Terry Littlepage, the owner of Liberty One Network, that I would provide them with 1 hour of content on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 o'clock. And I think I've only had to break that promise once when my hand first started getting bad and I had to be in the hospital. But I don't mind taking an hour out of my party day. My family is here. They're in the other room. They're waiting for me to get in there and cut the cake. And dang it, yes, I got a chocolate cake with chocolate icing, and I'm going to pour a bunch of milk over the top of it. That's the that's the way I grew up with it, and that's the way I'm going to have it tonight. 55 years on this planet. And I have seen some stuff. Oh my gosh. So, we're going to talk about all kinds of things tonight. And I've got a little bit of time left over at the end of the show. I'm going to invite you to call in and give me your opinions on the things that I have said. Now, everybody's well aware that his Facebook purge hit Liberty One pretty hard. It not only deprived us of 20 million viewers, it drove a wedge in between the hosts. I've told you my motivation in the past. I'm here to save lives and win souls for Jesus Christ in these very last days. And as long as I have a roof over my head and I can pay my bills, I couldn't care less. I've never had two nickels to rub together my entire life. Why should I start now? Own my own house. Mortgage is $347 a month. When my wife and mom died, I took insurance money and paid down a lot of it because I knew my income was going to get cut in half. And so we're eking by. We got no complaints. I'm here for you because you don't get the truth from the mainstream media. Even Fox News lies at times, right? But there's other folks that want money. And I can't really blame them. I mean, I put in the work because I love it. This is all I've ever done, aside from being a Marine. As soon as I got out of the Marine Corps, I went to journalism school, and that's all I've done since 1986, except for the years that I was injured and didn't do much anything at all. But some people make their living doing this. And they can be apprehensive at times. Especially when all of a sudden your income gets killed by a Marxist tool like Mark Zuckerberg. So I can understand, to a degree, their perturbation, let's say. But I would never turn on the people that had been so good to me, like some of these people have. I guess that's something that you learn in the Marine Corps. It's a brotherhood. It's about honor. When you make a commitment to somebody, you make good on your word. You know, back in the day, deals were sealed with a handshake, and a man's word was his bond. Kids today just don't realize that anymore. Last night, Jermaine Bozzio got on the air and accused Pete of stealing his money. I'm here to tell you that's not true. If Jermaine thinks that Pete has any money that is owed to him, he's been misinformed. Let me tell you how, behind the scenes, how the Liberty One Network worked. You get a bunch of talented producers. Jermaine Bozzio is one of them. Get them all together in a group, and you create a roster. You create a schedule for these talents to do what they do. And I have to give big props up to Terry Littlepage for making such a wonderful roster, because we were all different. About half of us are black, half of us were white. Some hard news political commentators like me, and Pete, who is skilled in the art of the rant, right? But whereas my show is a little bit more tightly produced, because as a result of my accident years ago, I still have a little bit of aphasia. So I try to keep the hums and ahs and tip of my tongue words that I can't just seem to get out. I like to keep those to a minimum. So I edit my shows ahead of time. And you got Jermaine Bozzio, who takes the stupidest clips off the internet and gives them his unique spin. And others like Lucretia Hughes. She gets on there and she just lets her spirit roar, right? And I thought we had a really good thing going, and I was proud to be part of that group. And this was my deal. I can't speak with anybody else, but I assume that I got the same deal that everybody else got. Okay? We were offered the opportunity to make money from Liberty One through the stores where they sell coffee cups and t-shirts and stuff like that, and nutritional supplements and all that stuff. I never did that. That was just my personal choice. I'd never tried any of these supplements, so I'm not going to put my name on something that I don't know for sure is good for you, or is it the truth? And I'm sure that they had done their research and that satisfied their questions, but like I said, I'd never tried it. So, and I'm not the kind of person that's going to promote something that I haven't tried myself. Like Silver Bullet Gun Oil, it's a great product. I thoroughly recommend it. I use it all the time. Okay, so we provide content to Liberty One, and I was never promised any ad revenue at all, and I don't think anybody else was either. I'm pretty sure we all got the same deal. Because we produce our own content on our own YouTube channels. Okay, like right now you're watching me on my YouTube channel and a couple of other outlets that Pete's got geared up. And once our show has run, okay, our content stays on our personal channels, but they archive it at Liberty One. Okay. So everybody can find it. So Jermaine was worried that Pete was taking donations under his restreams of on the Liberty One channel and which is now defunct, killed by YouTube, or Pete's channel. But he spent quite a bit of time last night going over the video description under Pete's show. When actually this was Will Johnson's show that he was talking about. And he was complaining that there were no donation links to him or to Will Johnson or to anybody else. Well, I don't get them either. But the thing is, and if you look carefully here, you'll see that there are no links to Pete's. This is just a generic video description on the restream. But Jermaine doesn't see that. Okay, it's advertising Spreely TV. You can see the 24 stream also at Pete Live TV. I don't see any links there for Pete's show. And Jermaine was under the impression that Pete was trying to screw with Jermaine or Will or whoever and tried to steal donations from him. Well, that's not true. This was from an email that was circulated among the Liberty One hosts today showing what Pete made from Super Chats on YouTube, where you can donate by clicking that little $sign in the chat box. Transaction revenue, complete total, for the last 30 days was $51.38. $25 of that came during my show. Half of that came during my show. And I'm not going to bitch about not getting it. And I'll tell you why. Pete's second only to James Brown. He's one of the hardest working men in show business. He spent hours with me and with the other Liberty One hosts, Jermaine Bozzio, Jeremy, Lucretia, all of us, teaching us how to work this software. Hours. Liberty One provided the graphics that we use. They provided the bandwidth that we used. They set up our channels on their website for free. And during the shows, while they're actually live, somebody's got to be running the board. Pete does that. He was running the board for every single one of these Liberty One hosts, him and Terry or his daughter. He's up nearly 24 hours a day catching, sleeping in 2 and 3 hour spurts. Plus, Liberty One gave these hosts access to 20 million viewers that they wouldn't have had otherwise. I've got 40,000 here on YouTube. Very few of my subscribers see the show anymore because I'm pretty much shadow banned. I guess I don't know how they're doing it. But if I've got 40,000 subscribers, you'd think that I'd be able to get more than a couple of hundred views per show. Nearly all of the exposure that these people got, these Liberty One hosts, came from Terry Littlepage and Pete Santilli, the work that they did, the groups that they owned, where they shared our shows every day. I've seen the software. Matter of fact, I've got a trial version of the software that Pete uses to cast the show to multiple platforms all at once. It's not cheap. So I wonder how much Jermaine or anybody else paid for that service. A line producer at a television station is going to get $35 an hour. How much did those guys pay? How much did they pay for the bandwidth? How much did they pay for the free promotion? How much did they pay for the graphics that they used? They didn't pay a single frickin' dime. Now a couple of them want to get on the internet and start raising a stink because they're not getting a tenth of a cent from a frickin' click on YouTube. If anybody owes Pete and Terry money, it's them. I really don't understand how people can stab somebody in the back like that. Somebody that's done so much for them. So a few of these hosts have left Liberty One. Good riddance. When you make a commitment to somebody, you make a commitment. It wasn't Pete or Terry's fault that Mark Zuckerberg shut us down. They've been working really hard behind the scenes to make this thing happen. And the way that they've been treated, the lies that have been told about them, makes me sick. People are sending me links to Vinnie Eastwood's work and other sources trying to say that Pete stole $500,000 from the truckers' ride for the Constitution, or that Pete's an FBI informant. You people are out of your fucking skulls. Excuse my language, but that's what I feel. Pete spent 619 days in federal custody without the possibility of bail for doing nothing more than exercising his Second Amendment and First Amendment rights. Actually, not Second Amendment in Pete's case, in this particular instance, but just his First Amendment right as a journalist. It's almost 2 years, and people are calling him an informant. Let me tell you something. There were other defendants during the Bundy trial. Some of them don't particularly like Pete anymore. And they have access to all of the discovery. If Pete was an FBI informant, one of them would have leaked it. They would have leaked what the 301 or 501 or whatever, UA, whatever the reports are. I can't remember right now. But they generate reports from their undercover informants, and there were none with Pete's name on them. Not one. Vinnie Eastwood's problem is he used to work for Pete. And he left in a huff. Wanted to take Guerrilla Media Network name with him. Well, you can't do that. Just because you come to work for somebody for a while, and make no mistake, he worked for Pete. Didn't work with him, wasn't a partner, he worked for Pete. That does not entitle you to anything. Not a damn thing. Eric Spitfire's the same way. Pete entrusted his page to him while he was in the pokey. And Eric decided, well, I'm in charge now. I'm the fucking honcho around here. Well, he quickly found out that he wasn't the honcho. So all they do is spread lies about Pete. And I'm getting really sick of it. And if you believe any of this shit, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Every time that this shit comes up, it's just not true. And don't you believe it? Peter Thomas Santilli is the most honorable man I've ever met in my life. He works hard to bring the truth to the people. And I'm sick of seeing him getting stepped on and spit on and stabbed in the back. I would not hitch my wagon to a man that I didn't feel was honorable, that I couldn't count on. And if I've learned anything over the 6 years that I've known Peter T. Santilli, it's that I can count on him. So can you. If you want to spread lies about him or complain about the way you were treated, get the hell off my page. Get out of my life. I don't want any part of it. Okay. I guess that little rant's over. Half an hour of me yelling at you is pretty enough, don't you think? Thank you, Hector. I love you, brother. I'm sorry, Mr. Trucker. I apologize. Cindy, God love you, sweetheart. And thank you for all of the birthday wishes. Luigi wants to know if I'm into Q. Well, I would say that I am. And I'm going to bring you a little Q in just a moment. Just let me set this up for you real quick. This is a brand new video. Just came out. And it's a good one. I like it. Like I said, it's been a party day around here, so I haven't really planned a show. I just wanted to be... I just had to get that off my chest. It really disturbed me. Okay. We're ready. This is called We Are the Plan.
Something is going on. Some of us see it, some of us feel it. It's time to expand your thinking. You will need to reset everything you thought you knew about the world, about the people you trust, about history, about yourself. Let me tell you a story. For a very long time, our world has been under the growing influence of a vast transgenerational criminal mafia that was able to rise up to the highest levels of power. We didn't know because they talked and acted just like you and me. We thought we could recognize true criminals by their words and actions, but were deceived by their sophisticated speech, wealth, education, beauty, and power. Through a system of threats, blackmail, and bribery, they would come to occupy the highest levels of power in government, corporations, and education. You may know them as the Deep State or Cabal. Most dangerously of all, they achieved almost total influence over the media, their primary means of controlling the good people of the world who were just trying to get on with living. They used this power to slowly convince us that we were the problem, that we were a threat to each other. They used race, gender, and religion to set us apart, and rewrote history to validate these false claims. They funded both sides of wars just to crush our potential to prosper and succeed as a peace-loving and creative force of good for the world. Now, with their firm grasp on the media, we drank in their entertainment and lies as they began their final phase, the total takedown of America. We were the brightest remaining beacon of freedom and humanity's last hope. They knew that if they could take America, the rest of the world would follow. They cut deals that led us to hand over total control of the money system to a private central bank, the Federal Reserve. This made it possible to influence Washington, D.C., and most of our presidents since then were beholden to the criminals in one way or another. Things took a really bad turn when they concentrated vast power into the hands of the many civilian intelligence agencies throughout the world. They said they were there to protect us. Instead, these agencies were catastrophically weaponized to boost drug and human trafficking cartels, assassinate political opponents, undermine the military, and change regimes of foreign governments who did not want to adopt the centralized system of money control. You might think they would choose simply to remain in the shadows running their criminal activities while we carried on with our lives. But as long as there was freedom for the people to prosper, the Cabal were always at risk of being discovered and shut down. There was no way to continue without a plan to eliminate all threats to their survival, even if it meant imposing a single world government under their jurisdiction, where no national identity, police force, or military could stop them. They called it globalism. Exploiting our emotions and our instincts of compassion, they found a way to justify dismantling cultures, borders, and national identity under the guise of social justice, creating false narratives of racism, colonialism, and capitalism to destabilize and ultimately collapse societies so they were no longer secure enough to reject this dark plan for the world. Where there was no history to distort, they would use wars to force a catastrophic mass migration of peoples across borders to destabilize and weaken cultural identity. When we didn't accept this, they called us intolerant and shamed us into silence. By 2008, America was in advanced stages of economic decline, with disastrous trade deals leading to widespread loss of jobs and a devastating financial crisis. The Cabal had now absorbed another extensive criminal empire that was aligned with a twisted and radical form of Islam. Realizing the competition could threaten their goals, they decided to cooperate and agree to mutual terms. Now a hostile foreign enemy was able to insert a subordinate into the US political system who would become the president. Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal funded Obama's Harvard education and took power by proxy, picking his entire cabinet while buying vast quantities of control in our largest media companies. The Western faction of the Cabal was different. It was another kind of sick altogether. A dark and deeply sinister death cult with a strong reliance on symbolism and numerology, with levels of cruelty unimaginable to all right-thinking people. The reach and scale the secret society had achieved would have sent destabilizing shockwaves across the world were it ever to be publicly exposed. They were highly skilled at living just below the surface as they worked their way into the United States presidency. With both factions of the global mafia now in control, are you ready to hear what they had planned? Make sure you're sitting down. They installed rogue operators in government. They opened back doors to leak highly classified military intel and top-secret special access programs. They cut military funding and weakened the command of generals with irrational new rules of engagement. They worked to dismantle NASA and end our supremacy in space. They infiltrated and exposed defensive military intelligence programs that reduced our ability to detect foreign and domestic threats. They used our trusted agencies to target and weaken political opponents. They relaxed our borders and enabled passage of millions of illegals and violent criminal gangs. They moved money to fund global terrorism, resulting in groups like ISIS moving to capture vast territories throughout the world. In 2016, the Cabal Alliance had hoped to retain power. If you are not yet chilled to the bone by the picture that is forming about their intentions for us all, let me tell you what was to come next. Through international climate change scams, they would have siphoned trillions of remaining wealth, eliminate the last good guys in government, and withdraw total funding from the US military, handing over the responsibility of our defense to the United Nations. They would revise the Constitution to weaken our ability to fight back, ban the sale of firearms to eliminate our self-defense, insert their people into the Supreme Court, remove the Electoral College system to neuter our voting power, and totally eliminate alternative media to shield them from exposure. They instigated a covert deal to move large quantities of our uranium to their captured states in North Korea and Iran to build up a nuclear arsenal that would threaten the world. For this, they blamed Russia, a growing force of opposition to their ambitions of global control. By casting Putin as an enemy and blaming him for this illegal uranium deal, they had planned a devastating nuclear world war between America and Russia that would have exhausted the last two remaining pillars of freedom for the world, accelerating the horrific endgame that had become inevitable. This cabal miraculously lost power in 2016 when a brave operation, led by a US military alliance and their global partners, were able to return Powell legitimately over to the light. They had a plan of their very own, one that was many decades in the making. With Donald Trump selected for the role of president, the people of America was slowly awakened to the reality of the world they live in. With so much hidden and lied about in the media channels we had come to trust for our news and entertainment, this alliance of good set into motion a sophisticated strategy of dismantling the vast network of corruption that had almost completely overcome every level of government, industry, and the legal system. They knew they had to follow the laws of the land as they were originally intended, otherwise they themselves would be delegitimized, even though they were just trying to free us from the silent stranglehold of tyranny that we had come to accept as normal. The panicking deep state used any remaining power they had left to try and save themselves. Each day for 2 years was a careful and meticulously planned balancing act between public perception and the job that needed to be done. Moving too fast would shock and scare a sleeping public still living in the prison of the mind that was created for them. But after all this, it appears now that not only are we winning, but we have won. The trajectory of this great storm is now radiantly clear. Now we look forward to a new future, thanks to the brave patriots who risked everything to save our world. This time for good. There is not a person alive who has experienced what a world without this darkness could be like. A world of free energy that was kept from us to force our dependency on their fossil fuel monopolies. Abolishment of income tax that was illegally imposed to pay back interest on loans taken from the cabal banking system. Released cures for our most deadly diseases. Unleashed space technologies to open frontiers we never dreamed possible. New technologies creating millions of jobs and yielding a global human renaissance the likes of which we have never seen. Fellow Americans and citizens of the world, now it is our turn to shine. Wherever we are, we will become the plan when we choose to reject what they called globalism. We recognize the words they use to bend us to their will, and we say no more. It's time to turn off the media, follow your instincts, trust yourself, and be the plan. May God bless America and the world.
That's right. We need to be the plan, folks. And here's our plan. This is what we're going to do with Liberty One Network going forward. I want you to go on the internet and find open broadcast software. And I want you to learn how to use it. With open broadcast software, which is what I'm using right now, it's a free software, doesn't cost you a penny. You can stream videos yourself, just like I'm doing. Doesn't take a degree in journalism, just a desire. Now you can produce your own stuff, get your own opinion out there, or you may restream any Liberty One show. When it goes on live, like right now, if you had open broadcast software open, you could be capturing my stream and sharing it on your Facebook page or sharing it in a group that you belong to on Facebook. Or any other forum that you choose to use. What we're going to do is set up a network like a ham radio relay. You're free to download if that's the way you want to do it. Download and reuse my content. And I'm sure Pete doesn't have any problem with that either. Or you can restream it live just by capturing it on YouTube or wherever you may find it. So we're going to create this little ham relay thing, right? Where we can get around. Hit our Zuckerberg. He may be able to stop a few hundred of us, but he can't stop millions of us. We will overload them if you want to join this cause. An inundation of truth that they can't block. A tsunami of truth. You know that they banned all these conservative and indie media pages and groups just before the midterm elections. For a reason. They only want you to hear their BS. Our opinions, our facts don't matter to these Marxist technocrats. I want to thank everybody for all the love that they're giving me for my birthday. This is great. Blue, anyone have a link to that great video? Well, I would suggest just go on YouTube and type in "We Are the Plan." I imagine you'll find it that way. That's the title of it. We Are the Plan. I wanted to share some funny stuff, but I'm so into the news all the time, and very, very little of it's funny. Oh, this is a good one though.
When I get up.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Oh my goodness. I gotta just select the right template here. There's a guy that goes by the name of Carpe Dunctum. And he produces these little video memes, and they're great. And after Donald Trump won his court case against Stormy Daniels, now she's got to pay his attorney's fees, right? He came up with this little bit featuring Stormy Daniels and Michael Avenatti. And Stormy is singing the Empty Feed Bag Blues. You guys gotta watch this. This is hilarious.
When I get up for breakfast, there's no oats in the bin, 'cause everything is going out and nothing's coming in. Believe me when I tell you, I have heard the news. I got those empty feed bag blues.
The empty feed bag blues. I think that Donald Trump's got a politically correct autocorrect. I think he meant horse face. Oh no. Yeah, you know what? Hold up. It was snowing this morning when I got up. Oh yeah. Hope you don't mind to see me in my jammies. So I wake up this morning and my phone's blowed up. Apparently it's my birthday. We're not doing birthdays anymore. Especially not snowy birthdays. I don't know where this is coming from. Well, I know where it's coming from. I understand the mechanics, but I don't want it. That's the one thing I don't like about Michigan is the snow and the slush and the freezing temperatures. I was hoping for a nice sunny day on my birthday, but I didn't get it. Oh well. I'd like to thank everybody that left messages on my wall, and please excuse my Marine brothers. They've got a really twisted sense of humor. That's all part of being a Marine, though, I guess. But anyway, here's to you, all you freaks out there that for some reason like me. God bless and Semper Fi. Rah! Until next year. Oh, yeah. I love you guys. I really do. You stuck with me through thick and thin. And you can't ask for more than that. You really can't. Oh, I gotta share this one with you. This is my grandson Connor. He's a real goofball.
You dork.
You're so funny.
You silly rascal.
He's an entertainer, that kid. Just laugh some more, parental units. Laugh some more. Oh, he's such a happy baby, the absolute joy of my life. And anybody that wants to mess with him, believe I'll kill you. Believe that, and it'll hurt. Oh man. Let's see. Let's go. I want to find some more fun stuff. Oh, not supposed to do that. Got about 10 minutes left. Hey, you guys want to take some phone calls? We could do that. Because I'm like the head cheese around here. If you want to take some phone calls or make a phone call and talk to me, let's do that. I'll give you that. Give you that opportunity. That'll be fun. Oh, no, I can't do it from Firefox. I got to do it from Chrome. Don't normally like Chrome. Nope. There we go. Now, I've got to call in myself. So that I can control the conversation. Can't have you guys having a free-for-all without me. Come on, load. I'm waiting for you, google.aps.com. So you need to dial 218-548-7742. And enter the code 2018#. You can talk directly with me.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencepro.com. Please enter your passcode followed by the Please enter your host ID followed by the pound sign. There are 1 callers already on the conference. At any time, press *4 for conference instructions.
I'm doing the jobs of 4 people simultaneously, folks. So forgive me if I'm kind of slow.
This line is now muted.
Okay, I think we're good. But we've got a call from the 928 area code. Who are you, and what can I do for you? Hello? 928. What you got for me? Hello, guys. Anybody there? I guess they don't really want to talk.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
We're here.
Who's
Happy
we?
birthday, Marine.
Who is we?
Wanted to tell you happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Who's
Can't
wishing
hear
me,
you.
Who's wishing me a happy birthday, though? If you're waiting for... Well... I guess I just wanted to wish me a happy birthday. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I can do without the music. Yeah, a lot of people have wished me a happy birthday today, and I appreciate it. Oh, you're going to love this. This is funny. Let me find this. Where are we going here? All right. Yeah, here we go. So Joe Biggs, sometimes contributor to InfoWars, posted this today. Elizabeth Warren's Powwow Chow Cherokee recipes were word-for-word copies of a famous French chef's technique. Not only is she a fake Indian, she's a plagiarist, the Powwow plagiarist. This is from the Daily Mail. Elizabeth Warren's Powwow Chow Cherokee recipes were word-for-word copies of famous French chef techniques. Massachusetts Democratic Senate candidate Elizabeth Warren is yet again in hot water after new allegations have surfaced that she plagiarized her Cherokee recipes in the book Powwow Chow from the New York Times and other publications. Radio talk show host Howie Carr released damning evidence that appears to confirm that Mrs. Warren's weren't handed down from generation to generation. They were picked up in the newspaper. Mrs. Warren has been under scrutiny since she first claimed Native American heritage, arguing that because her great-great-great-grandmother was Cherokee, she's a member of the community. You know what's funny about that? That not too long after she said, "See, I'm 1,024% Cherokee." The Cherokee Nation says, "The hell you are." They didn't want any part of her. Oh, man, that was hilarious. They absolutely destroyed the woman. It was funny. It was hilarious. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I watched the whole thing live this afternoon. But, yeah, I'm going to just cancel that call. I'm not going to take any more phone calls because my family's waiting in the other room for me to come out and bum out my candles and cut the cake. But I want to share this one last thing with you before I go. One of the most inspirational things that I've ever seen. Something that people who are not United States Marines just don't fully grasp how important this is. This was President Trump this afternoon awarding the Congressional Medal of Honor to Sergeant Major John Canley, the 300th United States Marine to receive the Medal of Honor and the only living African American recipient since Vietnam. Most of the other medals of honor were awarded posthumously. So let's just take 55 seconds and watch this. This is awesome.
scaled a wall in full view of the enemy to carry wounded Marines to safety. By his undaunted courage, selfless sacrifice, and unwavering devotion to duty, Gunnery Sergeant Canley reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service.
I believe it was Jesus Christ that said, "No love is greater than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." And it's true. When Marines go to war, they're not thinking about foreign policy so much. They're thinking about the brother next to them. I've never seen a flag-draped coffin come back to the United States and a Marine ask, "What color is the man inside?" We're all brothers. Some people don't hold up to that ideal. They don't understand or live the terms honor, duty, and courage. But most of us do. And in battle, we fight for our brothers. We'll dodge machine gun fire, bring a wounded Marine back to safety. Laying down our own lives if necessary. And I want you to know that I would do that for any one of you. When I say that my mission is saving lives and winning souls for Jesus Christ, I'm not saying that lightly. I understand how dangerous these times are. And if you don't, you need to wrap your head around that real quick. I love my brother Marines. I love this country. And I love the people that are the citizens of this great republic. And I will lay down my life for each and every one of you. I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, brown, purple polka dot, gay, straight, doesn't make any difference. We're all endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. And even though we're under attack, within and without, I will continue fighting until I can't. They keep on opening the door, wondering when I'm going to be done. I'm done. Thank everybody over on YouTube. I'll check out your email in a minute here, Hector. And on those few Facebook platforms that we've got left. You stay loyal to us, we'll stay loyal to you. Hell, we'll stay loyal to you even if you don't stay loyal to us. Unlike the Democrats, we care about everybody. Even those that disagree with us. And we'll fight for your rights as well. So thank you for watching this birthday edition of The Truth is Viral. Don't forget to go to all my sites that are listed in the video description below. And make sure that you subscribe or friend me or, whatever, on whatever platform. There's about 6 or 7 of them down there. And if you have the ability, go to bobpowell.blogspot.com and hit that PayPal button. Give me a birthday present. I really need to keep these lights on. This is not cheap, what we do. Or you can hit the direct paypalme.com/thetruithisviral. Link in the video description. That'll go right to my PayPal, and I'll be able to pay some bills tomorrow. Right now, I got a chocolate cake waiting for me, and 55 candles waiting to be lit. I'm sure that the EPA has some kind of regulation against so much carbon dioxide being lit off all at once, but I don't care. It's my birthday. And to quote Eric Cartman, I do what I want. Again, thank you for watching. I'll be back with a regularly scheduled awesome show on Friday night at 7 p.m. right here on YouTube and bobpowell.blogspot.com. Don't you forget to watch it. And as always, until next time, my name is Bob Powell. God bless. Semper Fi. And hoorah. I'll see you Friday night at 7.
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral with your host, Bobby Powell. Make sure to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter at The Truth is Viral. Like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, and if you can, please remember to donate to the cause via PayPal at www.
Oh, don't forget to watch Pete's show tonight at 9 o'clock. It's coming up.